today, it's like a total fangirl moment for me, and we really have an insider of this particular genre. We've got the 대금 artist 이주왕 in the studio. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
본인 소개 부탁드릴게요.
안녕하세요. 대금 연주자이자 창작자 이주왕입니다. 반갑습니다.
Wow. All right, so we have the amazing 이주왕 in the studio, and it's her first time here on 아리랑 Radio. I have to say that it's honestly the first time I'm meeting her. 사실 저희 둘은 처음 만나요.
네.
작업은 했으나 처음 만납니다.
맞아요.
So yeah, it's the first time we've ever met today, but it's all good because we got a lot to talk about. So you've done a lot of radio shows before, but I mean, I think it's her first time here at 아리랑, so I want to kind of hear what that's all about. 아리랑은 처음인가요? TV는 하셨을 것 같은데.
TV는 해봤고요.
그쵸, 저.
라디오는 처음이에요. 네.
영광입니다.
저도요.
영광입니다. So yeah, she said that she's done TV before, but she's never really done 아리랑 radio, so it's a first for her. You are a 대금 artist, so I kind of want to just talk about what a 대금 is for anybody who doesn't know. 대금 연주자라는 타이틀은 그냥 들었을 때 우와 하지만 실제로 약간 이 그림과 바이올리니스트나 뭐 이렇게 뭐 첼로 이렇게 약간 좀 연관이 되기는 쉽진 않거든요. 그래서 주황 씨가 설명하기에는 대금은 뭔가요?
외국에서 우리 악기를 소개할 때는 코리안 트래디셔널 밤부 플룻이라고 해요. 네. 이 악기가 대금 그리고 그냥 대나무처럼 보이긴 하지만
네.
신라 시대에는 왕이 대금을 불면 문제가 다 사라진다. 이런 얘기가 있을 정도로 되게 신성한 악기로 전해져 왔어요.
Alright, so yeah, apparently it's a traditional bamboo flute, but apparently if we go back to the Shilla area, if the king would play this, it kind of represented that everything bad would just disappear and melt away. So it's actually quite a holy thing to, like a holy art, particular instrument to look at in general. And it looks really pretty too. I honestly want to ask because when it comes to classical ones as well, I want to see if these are like super expensive. 플루트나 제 예전에 우리 DJ 중에서도 바이올린 치는 친구가 있었었는데 그 악기들 막 옛날 거부터 시작해서 좀 모으는 분들이 있으면 금액이 좀 훅 올라오더라고요.
맞아요.
근데
네.
아무래도 한국의 전통 악기일수록 또 흔하지가 않기 때문에 기본적으로도 금액이 조금 올라갈 것 같은데
네.
카메라를 이렇게 좀 보여주시면서 대금은 대충 가격이
말씀드려도 되나요?
알려주세요.
네, 되게 레인지가 넓어요.
오케이.
그래서 플라스틱 그냥 일반 취미생들이 하는 연주용 악기는 한 3만 원에서 5만 원이고
Okay, $30, $50.
네.
Okay, smaller ones.
100배.
Times 100
네,
for
네.
the more professional ones.
네, 그렇습니다. 근데 이 악기가 어쨌든 그 자연 그대로의 나무를 활용하기 때문에 오래 쓸 수가 없어요. 네, 그러다 보니까 가장 좋은 게 6년째 가장 소리가 좋고, 네, 그리고 한 7년 되면은 이제 악기를 조금 바꿔서 연주하기도 하죠.
Okay. So because they're using an actual natural bamboo stick, the longest she can actually play one, even if it's a higher quality one, is a maximum about 6 years. She's noticed that the sound just starts changing just a little bit when she starts to do it. So because of that, on the 7th year, unfortunately, even though she doesn't want to, she does find herself actually changing it as well. Okay, we had a question. Jingo was asking, what's the white stuff for the binding? 이거 흰 줄? 이거 어떤 건지 질문이 들어왔어요.
줄이 뭐냐면 아까 말씀드렸던 것처럼 악기 그대로잖아요.
네, 그렇죠.
갈라질 수가 있어요. 막 덥거나 추우면. 그래서 명주실로 꽁꽁 감아서 악기가 무너지지 않게 이렇게 잡아주는 역할.
그러면 처음에는 없었다가 주황 씨가 이렇게 연주를 하다 보면
아니요, 장인이 감아서 팔아요. 네.
그렇군요.
네네네.
아니, 저는 막 주황 씨가 뭐 이렇게 막 연주를 하다가 나 가만히 이러면서
멋있다.
생기는 줄 알았어요. Okay, so because they're using a natural bamboo stick in its natural form, if it gets cold or if it gets hot, sometimes the bamboo itself will expand or it'll break or something will happen to it. So what happens is they will end up using rope to actually bind that particular place. And I was like, oh, so that means that when you're like playing it and it starts to change, you just wrap it around. She's like, no, not me. They actually, a very skilled individual is able to wrap these first and then they sell them like this. So definitely it has to be. 그러면 이거는 무조건 핸드메이드여야 되겠네요.
네. 플라스틱 악기 말고
그렇죠.
취미용 악기 말고는 거의 다
핸드메이드. 그러면 뭐 어쩔 수 없이 가격이 그냥 후 올라갈 수밖에 없는 거네요. 네. Okay, so yeah, I was like, then just the sound of that, you cannot mass produce this. And she's like, yeah, there's plastic ones that are sold out there. The other plastic ones that people do for like, just a hobby or just to very casually play them, those are fine. They can be mass produced. But the ones that are going up a little bit more in quality, obviously those have to be 100% handmade. So yeah, that would definitely be something different. Then, Tiger was asking, since this is a flute in general, have you ever studied the North American style of flute? 그러면 일반 그 은색 플룻 있잖아요. 그것도 연주를 혹시 배우신 적 있으세요?
배운 적은 없는데 소리를 내고 간단한 건 연주할 수 있어요.
비슷한가요?
부는 게 비슷하지 아무래도 관악기다 보니까.
그래요?
네.
신기하다.
근데 이 악기가 아무래도 여기가 더 두껍다 보니까 힘이 훨씬 더 많이 들어가긴 해요.
Okay. So yeah, she has tried playing the flute before. It is similar because it is apparently a wind instrument. It's very similar in general. But she does say that the actual hole in the end, it is a little bit bigger, so it does take a little bit more breath to play it. Tazin was actually asking this question, one of our listeners, and I really want to ask this as well. You just talked about like you have to like sing, or you have to blow a little bit harder. So does somebody have to have like certain special lungs to sing or to use the 대금? 저희 청취자분도 똑같은 질문을 여쭤봤는데요. 아무래도 이제 방금 구멍도 조금 더 크고 간이 좀 크다 보면 이제 폐활량이라든지 이렇게 저도 배우고 싶어요. 오늘은 주황 씨 인터뷰를 보고 좀 많은 분들이 좀 관심을 가질 것 같은데 일반 플루트를 좀 배워봤다. 뭐 밴드 시절 때라든지 이럴 때 그런 분들이 좀 쉽게 접할 수 있을까요? 아니면 아예 아무것도 모르는 사람이 정말 페어링도 정말 진짜 후 불러도 진짜 금방 꺼지는 사람도 막 할 수 있는 악기인가요?
아무래도 플룻 같은 것들을 해본 분이 더 조금 쉽게 연주를 하시는 것 같아요.
오케이. 그러면 뭐 특별히 연습을 하실 때나 그럴 때는 뭐 호흡을 조금 더 길게 가져가는 그런 연습을 따로 하시고 뭐 그러신가요?
네, 한 음을 쭉 부는 연습 같은 것들을 계속 해요. 톤을 계속 이렇게 다듬어야 되기 때문에 그런 훈련을 합니다.
Well, this is so cool. Okay, so fam, if you are a flute person, if you've ever played flute in your life, or if you've ever played, I think, an instrument that you had to, like, a wind instrument, she says it'll be easier for you to play the 대금 if you were to ever start it. Also, it seems that another thing that you do need is, for her especially, she constantly has to practice on, especially the tone and the sound that she produces. So she will practice, like, one note. She'll try to hold a note out as much as possible for her to try to perfect it, because the sound itself does make very many different sounds. So, how did you start playing the 대금 out of all of the instruments that are out in this world? What introduced this to you? 그럼 주황 씨는 대금은 그 수많은 악기들 중에서 뭐 좀 대중 것들 좀 말고도 정말 수많은 악기들 중에서는 왜 하필 대금이었었나요?
어릴 적에 엄마 따라 국악 공연을 처음 본 적이 있는데 처음 보자마자 완전히 반해버린 거예요. 그래서 엄마를 쫄라서 막 저런 음악 하고 싶다고 이렇게 얘기했더니 저희 엄마가 완전 독실한 크리스찬이세요. 근데 다음 날 점집을 찾아가셔가지고 제 사주를 갑자기 막 내놓으시더니 주황이가 국악해도 되겠냐고 우리 엄마 집사님인데 그렇게 물어보신 거예요. 그랬더니 그 사주를 보시는 분이 제 사주를 막 보시더니 물이 많다고 나무 악기를 하면 대성한다고 네, 그래서 리스트를 막 그렇게 하시다가 나무 중에선 아무래도 대나무가 좋겠으니 이걸 한번 해볼래? 라고 저한테 권유를 해주셨는데 저는 그런 뒷이야기는 잘 모르고 너무 좋아가지고 네,
그냥 일단 엄마가 오케이 했으니까 나는 오케이. Okay, so apparently she went to go see a 국악 performance when she was younger with her mom. And after she saw it, she's like, I don't care what I do. I have to do traditional music. She was just so captivated of it. But there's a really fun story. So her mom is one of the leaders at her church, and she's just from in and out very diehard Christian. And as soon as Chuang told her mom, I want to do traditional music, she went to go get her fortune told. And apparently in her fortune, she has a lot of water. So the person who was doing the telling said that if she does anything that has to do with wood, then she would be fine. So if she takes up any instrument that has to do with wood, she should be fine. And so her mother was like, okay, let's look for some stuff. And out of all of it, bamboo is obviously normally represents a lot of good things anyways. And so she's like, okay, then fine. It's a bamboo instrument. It'll be great for you. So if you want to try it, go for it. And that kind of was, she doesn't really remember anything else from it. She just was really excited that her mom said, okay. So yeah, that's how she kind of started the 대금. 그래도, 일단은 엄마가 오케이를 해서 시작하는 것과 막상 시작이 되면 쉬운 악기도 아닌 것 같고 플러스 그렇게 대중적이지도 않고 학교 다니거나 이렇게 좀 계속 이 악기를 더 사랑하면 할수록 또 그리고 공부하면 더 할수록 쉽진 않았을 것 같아요. 좀 빨리 놓고 싶었던 순간들도 있었을 것 같았는데 주황 씨 어떠세요?
일단 악기 소리 자체를 제가 너무 좋아하다 보니까 그래서 못 놓고 계속 막 이렇게 힘겹게 했던 것 같아요. 근데 사실 이 악기는 이렇게 악기를 계속 들고 있어야 되고 또 흉통 관리도 계속 해야 되고 이러기 때문에 관리는 좀 많이 해야 되지만 연주하면서 느끼는 그 기쁨이 되게 크기 때문에 네.
Okay. So it's like, yeah, I mean, this is obviously not a very, mainstream instrument. This is definitely not an instrument that seems easy to play. And so throughout the years, have you ever wanted to kind of just let it go and learn something else? Just like, I do. I mean, it's a physically ailing instrument for her. Her body constantly has to put so much energy into actually just playing this just in one take. But she just loves the sound. And the sound for her just takes her to a whole new level. So even though she's wanted to, give up over the years, she's just been able to stick to it because of how beautiful the sound is to this in general. We have her in the studio. It would be bad for us to have her bring this all the way here and not, get a chance to hear it. So I'm going to ask what song we're going to get a chance to hear live. 일단 여기까지 오셨는데 이렇게 또 대금을 이렇게 이쁘게 보여주기까지 하셨는데 안 들으면 너무 서운할 것 같아서요. 네. 조항 씨는 어떤 곡을 라이브로 연주를 들려주실 건가요?
마음의 눈. 직전에 이 곡은 비밀의 통로라는
비밀의
곡이에요. 이
네.
비밀의 통로는 제가 지금 진행 중인 1월당 프로젝트에서 발매한 음악 중 하나고요. 그 한국 전통음악 중에 산조라고 있어요. 그런 것들을 기반으로 아이디어를 얻어서 만든 음악입니다.
Okay, so she was definitely we're going to talk about Eye of the Heart in just a few moments, but we're going to be getting a chance to hear 비밀의 통로, The Secret Passage, because she was inspired for this and she really wanted to kind of do it for us. So that's why she's going to be able to perform it live. 하시기 전에 잡고 이렇게 하시는 게 있다고 하셨는데
맞아요.
준비할 시간을 제가 충분히 드리도록 할게요. 준비하십시오. All right, so we are going to have a live performance by Lee Juang in the studio. She's actually going to be performing for us off of one of her projects, which is 1월당. We're going to actually talk a little bit more about this after the performance itself. She is going to be performing for us live on top of one of her tracks as well. So she's going to... Ooh, look at the sound. She's going to prepare it a little bit and then we're going to get a chance to hear it live. 혹시 준비됐나요?
네, 됐습니다.
오케이, 준비됐나요? Alright, music cue. 우와. 우와. I'm at a loss of words. I don't think I've ever had a loss of words. 제가 정말 인터뷰를 지금까지 하면서 말을 못할 정도로 감탄한 건 처음인 것 같아요. 우와. 멋있었어요. 와, thank you so much for that live performance. I think I have to totally agree why you would fall in love with this more if you see the performance live. 음원으로만 듣던 전통 음악을 정말 라이브로 들어야 되는 거네요, 여러분. 정말 공연과 아티스트를 직접 연주를 하는 걸 보고 봐야 되네요. 정말 다릅니다. Wow, I'm so honored to be able to hear that live today. We have Lee Ju-young in the studio. She is a Daegum artist. She just performed live for us in the studio. That was live. Samantha from Australia is loving it. Lena from our V-Live is also saying that sounded so beautiful and so interesting. Darcy saying Sons of Hearts, beautiful. Shivers going down my spine by Jenga. Our listeners are really enjoying it. 정말 박수, 박수, 박수. 계속 박수가 나오고 있습니다. 감사합니다. All right, so she's in the studio with us, and I kept telling our listeners that recently we did get a chance to do a little bit of a collaboration, but this was also from the 일월당 project, so I want to kind of talk a little bit about that as well. 일단은 일월당 프로젝트를 저희가 얘기를 안 할 수가 없어서요. 방금 들었던 노래도 거기서 나왔던 노래니까 그 프로젝트는 대충 어떤 프로젝트 시스템인가요?
일월당이라는 이름이 해와 달 사이에 있는 사람들의 이야기를 아름답게 노래하는 집이라는 의미예요. 무슨 당 하니까 다들 이렇게 의심하는데 사실은 그런 아름다운 의미랍니다.
네네네.
네, 그래서 그렇게 음악을 하고 있는데 단순히 대금만 부는 게 아니라 여러 가지 뭐 영상 혹은 뭐 댄스 다양한 장르와 이제 협업을 통해서 다양한 메시지를 전달하자.
Okay.
네.
Okay, so yeah, pretty much it's the beautiful stories between people in the sun and the moon. So it's between the sun and the moon. The tang there is a beautiful meaning. It's not what people are thinking when it comes to like, you know, fortune telling and stuff like that. But anyways, she was saying that she wanted to try to create a project where it wouldn't be just like the traditional sound of Korea, but like a lot of different things. Like it would be a choreography, it would be a video, it would be collaborations between people that from all different places so that they can kind of bring something together. So let's talk about the one that I was able to actually participate on. 최근에 기사를 보니까요, 제 이름이 이렇게 쭉 이렇게 있어가지고 감사합니다. 덕분에 제가 거의 한
너무 좋았어요.
진짜 한 10년 만에 기사에 제 이름이 실렸던 것 같기는 한데요. 사실 저도 너무 궁금했습니다. 저는 정말 뭐 포스팅을 하면서도 진짜 제가 숟가락을 얹었을 뿐 너무 훌륭한 곡에 제가 진짜 참여한 것만으로도 너무 영광이긴 했지만 주황 씨는 이 마음의 눈이라는 노래를 어떻게 처음에 구성을 하시게 되신 건가요?
저는 가끔 우주를 되게 많이 상상해요.
Okay.
네, 우주에서 국악이 연주되면 어떨까 이런 생각을 해하면서 상상하면서 만든 음악이에요. 근데 제가 이삭 씨를 막 간절히 원했던 이유는 요즘에 이제 많은 국악들이 해외에서 알려지고
네네네네.
듣고 있잖아요. 근데 가사를 온 세상 사람들이 잘 알아들었으면 좋겠다. 국악이라고 하더라도. 그래서 그런 가사를 쓰게 됐고 네, 그런 음악을 만들게 됐습니다.
Okay. Wow. All right. So yeah, fam, like I said, for the even though I worked with her recently, we actually met for the first time today. Thank you, technology. But I was saying that it's been the first time in like 10 years that I even saw my name in an article. And I was asking her about how the song that I was able to work on, Eye of the Heart, even came to be. And so she said that she's contemplated a lot. What would it be like if 국악 was played in space? And she loves space and she loves any topic of space as well. And so after thinking that, she thought that, you know, there's a lot of people around the world that really like 국악 in general. They love the sound. And she thought that it would be great if we could create a song that anybody can listen to and anybody can actually understand. So that's why she was able to approach me for the lyrics so that I can kind of translate the lyrics in English as much as I could. But I love the collaborations that you've been doing as well, vocally too. 사실 앨범을 쭉 이제 프로젝트 앨범들 쭉 들어보면 다양한 피처링, 보컬 피처링도 하시고 진짜 영상적인 부분도 그렇고 춤도 그렇고 진짜 프로젝트 안에 거의 무슨 역대급 무슨 영화 스케일로 이렇게 작업을 하시는데 그 모든 아이디어들은 주황 씨가 이렇게 곡을 작업을 하다가 나오는 것들인 건가요? 아니면 약간 구성을 먼저 이렇게 사람을 생각하고 이렇게 집어넣는 편인가요? 어떻게 진행이 돼요?
먼저 음악을 만드는 게 가장 상상한 다음에 음악을 만드는 게 먼저고 그 다음에 이게 조금 더 뚜렷하게 전달되려면 뭐가 잘 어울릴까 이런 고민을 계속하고 같이 또 음악을 하는 크루들이랑 여러 가지 이야기를 계속 나누다가 아이디어가 도출되는 것 같아요.
Okay. So yeah, because she does a lot of collaborations with a lot of different artists. Like even with the song that we did, the Barbarettes, Kyungsun is the vocalist on it. So I was like, do you create a song and then ask for help later? Or do you kind of think, oh, maybe I want to work with these people? And then you start creating music. And she's like, no, the music more normally comes first. It's something that she would like to kind of have a backbone of. And then she does have a crew that she does work with as well. And so because she's able to work with them, they do kind of toss ideas around. And then as the song kind of creates itself, then they start adding more ideas and kind of bringing more people into the project itself. So, I feel that K-pop idols have tried to use 국악 in music quite a lot. So is there a difference with kind of like the music that you are doing right now? And with that, is the sampling still helpful? I'm really curious about that too. 사실 많은 아이돌분들이 노래에 아예 그런 국악 사운드를 아예 하거나 아니면 아티스트 분들이 직접 연주를 하거나 뭐 연말 시상식 같은 데 보면 이제 일부러 콜라보레이션을 하기도 하거나 하는데 주황 씨가 하는 음악이 사실 비슷하잖아요. 본인의 음악에 약간 조금 더 세련되고 조금 더 모던하고 좀 익숙한 사운드를 입히면서 하는 건데 이 K-팝이 약간 샘플링을 해서 쓰는 것과 주황 씨가 하는 음악이랑 비슷한 걸까요? 다른 걸까요?
비슷하다고 볼 수도 있고 다르다고 볼 수도 있을 것 같은데 이제 가장 중요한 차이점은 제가 만드는 음악은 제가 던지고자 하는 메시지가 뚜렷하다라는 것 그런 차이점이 있는 것 같고 사실은 저는 되게 오랫동안 국악을 했어요. 그래서 예전에는 무슨 뭐 리듬이라든지 사운드 결이라든지 이런 게 무조건 전통스러워야 된다라는 고집이 있었는데 이제는 그런 틀을 좀 깨버리고 말씀하신 것처럼 대금에 어울릴 것 같은 사운드는 일단 내 거야. 좀 마음이 많이 열렸어요.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So she said, yeah, she's been doing 국악 for a really long time. And so honestly, she was quite uptight about how it's supposed to sound, how it's supposed to be used, the message that it's supposed to portray. She said that she has opened up a lot more and she's been a little bit more lenient on what kind of sound that she wants to do. So nowadays it's like, this sound is mine, this sound is mine. I'm going to do this, and that, kind of add it to what she likes. And as for, K-pop sampling 국악 music and her music, if there's a similarity and a difference, she says there is similarities, but the difference for her, she feels, is for most K-pop songs, like they're just sampled sounds that are just kind of, in there, or maybe they even might sample a song that already exists. But for her, she has an actual ideal of what kind of message that she wants to send out through the music or through that particular song. So because of that, she has noticed that that's just a little bit more of a difference, if you wanted to put a difference in there, even though it might sound like a very different, like a same genre because they're mixing in different sounds. For her, she has a message that she has for each song. So obviously, like the song that we just listened to, there's no lyrics and it's just a instrumental. But to be very honest with you, I almost cried. So I want to know, how do you think of, like, without any particular lyrics, how are you bringing what kind of emotion, like how does that come out? 사실 방금 들었던 연주곡은 제가 연주곡을 듣고 약간 눈물 끌썽끌썽한 건 처음인 것 같은데요. 많은 가수분들이나 프로듀서분들은 제가 이제 모셔놓고 인터뷰를 하면 가사를 먼저 생각하시는 분들이 많단 말이에요. 곡을 이제 완성을 할 때 있어서. 그러면 주황 씨 같은 경우는 사실 가사가 있는 곡도 있지만 없는 곡도 있기 때문에 전달하고자 하는 그 메시지는 멜로디 라인에서부터 나오는 건가요? 아니면 약간 제목을 먼저 좀 지어놓고 시작을 하시는 건가요? 어떻게 진행이 돼요?
저는 음악을 만들 때 영감을 가장 많이 받는 게 어떤 공간이에요. 예를 들어서 바다다. 그러면 바다만 짠 보이는 게 아니라 바다의 짠내, 바다의 바이브, 그다음에 막 이쪽으로 오는 더위, 끈적거림, 막 여러 가지 감정들이 있잖아요.
그렇죠,
그런 분위기가 있잖아요.
그렇죠.
거기에서 내가 얘기하고 싶은 그런 거를 이미지를 계속 생각하고 그런 모습을 일단 음악으로 만들어요. 그러니까 공간에서 가장 많이 아이디어를 얻는다고 생각할 수 있죠.
Wow, that's so interesting. Okay, so because I was asking her, like, if there's no lyrics, is there a title that comes in where she gets inspired? And she said that she's extremely inspired by space. So not like outer space, but like the space around her. So for example, if she was thinking of the ocean, she's not going to be like, oh, it's the beach. It's the ocean. I see it on the horizon. It's more of like, okay, there's so many things from the beach. There's that like saltiness in the air. There's that stickiness from the heat. But there's also the depth. There's also the vibe of the ocean that gives from the beach, from the ocean itself. She's really inspired by space. And so when she starts to get those ideals, she'll put that into music. And when she starts navigating that, that's how she kind of ends up coming into a song and whatnot. So I was able to do a little bit of research, and I heard that you were able to write a book. So I kind of want to talk about that. 책, 이 얘기를 안 낼 수가 없어요.
네.
책은 어떻게 쓰게 된 건가요?
사실 코로나 전에는 해외 공연을 진짜 많이 다녔어요. 근데 그때 공연이 끝나면 항상 무대 뒤로 관객분들이 오셔서 국악 너무 좋다 이러면서 이제 관심이 있는데 혹시 책을 소개시켜 줄 수 있겠어요? 이렇게 그 당시만 하더라도 유튜브나 뭐 이런 것들이 잘 안 돼 있을 테니까 그래서 제가 소개를 시켜 주려고 해도 다 한문으로 된 이만한 책들밖에.
사실 저희도 아리랑에서 이렇게 뭘 하면 그렇게 돼요. 저희도 찾아보는 게 너무 한계가 있다 보니까 그렇죠. 정말 옛날 문서밖에 없어서.
맞아요. 그래서 이걸 좀 쉽게 쓰면 참 좋겠다라는 생각을 하고 그냥 잊혀진 상태로 살았는데
네네.
이 박사과정을 하면서 글을 쓸 일이 되게 많잖아요. 근데 그때 이제 제가 자신감이 좀 붙은 거죠, 갑자기. 나도 쓸 수 있겠는데? 이러면서. 그래서 이제 야금야금 쓰기 시작하다가 출판사에 계속 이렇게 했는데, 네, 주셔서. 네.
All right, so this is music to all of our ears. So she actually was doing tons of performances overseas. Like she rarely was in Korea. That's how popular she was and how busy she was. And whenever she would go to a performance after, like in a different country, those residents would come up to her and be like, I love 국악. It sounds so amazing. What is it? And she would try to explain it to them. But whenever she tried to look for references or give them references to go look up more, and this is before like everybody could look everything up on YouTube, there wasn't anything that she could find. And even for her, these were just like really old manuscripts. And I was saying that, yeah, even here at Arirang, like if we want to try to talk about certain type of numbers, like we're stuck with really old text that we just have to translate as we go. And so she said that while she had a little bit more time on her hands because of the pandemic, and she was starting to do a lot of writing for school because she was in graduate school at the time as well. And so she's like, I think I can write a book. And so that's why she was able to do it. So recently she was able to write a book that was able to be released for all of us beginners in 국악. So we can definitely go check that out. Fam, I'm going to give you some time to send in your questions and messages if you do have any more for us, because we do have the awesome Taegum artist Lee Juang in the studio. But we have been able to talk a little bit about the song that I was able to work on. So we actually are going to take a quick song break for this. So we're going to have from the Irotang project of Malmendun, or Eye of the Heart. And we'll see you guys back after this with more of our Insider. It is Insider Day here on K-Poppin' as you continue to listen to Arirang Radio. I'm your host, Isak. Today we have the Taegum artist Lee Juang in the studio. And just a little bit of a side note, if you guys like the song that you guys just listened to, don't forget to stream it. 도움이 됩니다, 여러분. 방금 들으셨던 곡 마음에 든다면 스트리밍 자주 해주세요.
감사합니다.
Because we worked on it together. All right, Jenga says, yes, I love this song. Yes, it is a great song, though. We were kind of just laughing about the incident of working together and all that as we will. But we have her in the studio, and our insider makes anybody an idol in this segment. So we're going to make her an idol for today. 주황 씨가 나오셨는데 사실 저희 인사이더는 어떤 분이든 오늘은 저의 아이돌이 주황 씨예요. 그래서 아이돌이시기 때문에 아이돌답게 아이돌 게임을 준비를 하는데요.
네.
요즘 이 OX가 아이돌분들 사이에서 이렇게 좀 유행이라고 해가지고 저희가 조항 씨를 아이돌답게 좀 모시겠습니다.
네.
Alright, so we have an OX question. You're going to answer O or X. So, I hope that 국악 will get as much love as K-pop does around the world. K-pop만큼 국악도 전 세계적으로 사랑받았으면 좋겠다. O, X, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Oh. Number 2. 내 가족 중에서 대금 연주자가 되겠다고 하면 괜찮아. 적극적으로 응원할 것이다. If somebody in my family would love to be a 대금 artist as well, I am going to be all for it. 3, 2, 1. X? Oh, X. No. The truth comes out. Number 3. 새로운 시도를 즐기는 나. 아이돌 멤버들과도 협업해보고 싶다. I would love to collaborate with an idol artist down the line. 3, 2, 1. Oh, all right. I can't wait to hear who that's going to be. 혼자서 조용히 지내는 것보다는 자꾸만 이것저것 일을 벌리는 게 난 참 좋다. I don't like to stay by myself and sit alone. I have to have this going, this going, that going, that's going. Yes, no, maybe so. 3, 2, 1. Kind of. And 나에게 아이디어도 주고 도 주는 나만의 아지트 있는 곳이 있다. So there are places that I call my 아지트s as well. 3, 2, 1. Oh, alright. 자, 여기 중에서 사실 제일 궁금한 건 그겁니다. 왜 연주자, 가족 중에 연주자 한 대 나오면 왜 말릴 거예요?
힘들어요. 진짜로. 네. 그러니까 어떤 게 힘드냐면 제 삶에서 뗄 수 없기 때문에 저는 일상이랑 음악이랑 항상 같이 가요. 그러다 보니까 쉬어도 쉬는 게 아니고 네 바다에서 놀다가도 이걸로 곡 쓸까? 근데 이거는 정말 음악을 너무너무 사랑하면 오케이. 근데 그게 아니라 그냥 해보고 싶은데라면 절대도.
네. Okay. So yeah, she's a workaholic. She says that her life and her musical career kind of goes head in hand and it's just on the same level. And so that's why she said that she would not want to introduce it to anybody or have this on anybody. And she says that the reason is like, even if she goes like to the beach or something, she's like, I'm enjoying the beach. Oh, wait. Maybe I can write a song about this. And so it follows her wherever she goes. But she does say if it's somebody who really loves music, like you live, breathe, and just work for music, then, I mean, maybe. But it is a very tiring job for her because she says that it's just like she eats, breathes, and sleeps her music. And so it's not the easiest thing because she's never really able to like rest if she could. So, I need to know who's that idol you would like to participate with. 아이돌분 누구예요? 빨리 제일 중요해. 오늘의 인터뷰 중에서 제일 큰 하이라이트입니다.
아미예요.
아미입니까? 아미 중에서 누굽니까?
네.
누구? 전 지민이에요. 괜찮아요.
진이요.
진이요? 그렇군요. Okay. All right. So, she was like... I'm an ARMY, and I'm just like, okay, who's your bias? And she's like, and I'm like, okay, Jimin's my bias. And she's like, okay, Jin. So Jin is her bias. 그러면 진 씨랑은 콜라보레이션을 한다면 뭐 어떤 스타일, 뭐 약간 쟁겨둔 곡도 있는 건가요? 아니면?
아니, 뭐 밤새서 써야죠. 네.
So I was asking her, I mean, okay, so let's say Tina was to work with you. Do you have like a song already thought up? And she's like, no, I can make one up in like all night. I don't, yeah, that's no problem. I could do that in just a blink of an eye. All right. When it comes to having like your own space for privacy, where is that? 아지트는 뭐 좀 집인가요? 카페인가요? 뭐 좀 갈만 어떤 곳들인가요?
사실 여기서 말한 아지트는 고정적인 장소는 아니고 저는 되게 뭔가 힘들거나 이럴 때 미술관 가는 거를 진짜 좋아해요. 그래서 그냥 어느 미술관이든 미술관.
Okay, so she's like, I mean, it's not just like one particular place. She actually likes going to any type of art museums, if she can, or an art gallery. Just going to those places when she's just physically and emotionally drained, she does tend to go to them, and it actually does help. So for her, she likes to go there at times. 근데 그런 아지트 가면 또 음악밖에 생각 안 날 것 같아요.
그래서 계속 평행선을 쭉
쉬러 가고 도망간 건데 또 음악 생각.
네.
Okay, so I was like, yeah, she's like, that's why my life is just always in the same running lane as my personal life. It's like, yeah, because it would feel like you get there's like, oh, I'm so inspired. Ooh, I'm so inspired. I need to think of another song. 주황 씨, 저희가 벌써 인사 시간이라고 밖에서 계속 사인을 주고 있어요.
네.
저는 주황 씨를 보내고 싶지는 않지만 주황 씨 그러면 저희가 뭐 좀 뭐 슬슬 그래도 일상이 좀 돌아오고 있기도 하고 왠지 주황 씨도 슬슬 이제 해외도 공연을 할 것 같기도 해서 앞으로 좀 활동 계획이랑 좀 기대할 만한 것도 있으면 뭐가 있을까요?
저 1월당 이 프로젝트로 공연 준비하고 있어요.
오케이.
네, 펀딩도 다 받았고
우후.
지금 준비 중이어서 아마도 하반기에는
Okay.
네, 제대로 된 공연을 하게 되지 않을까 싶습니다.
Wow. All right. So she actually has been able to get the funding for Irortang, and she is planning on doing a concert for it towards the latter part of the year. They're still in the production process of it, but she is planning on doing that as well. So hopefully we can kind of see that. 대충 국내인가요? 해외인가요? 유럽인가요? 미국인가요? 아시아인가요?
온라인 공연으로 진행됩니다.
Okay, this is even better news. It's going to be online, everybody. So, because I was asking, is it going to be in Asia? Is it going to be Europe? Is it going to be in the US? Is it going to be domestic? She's like, oh, it's going to be online. It's so much easier to think that it's going to be online for us. Before we say goodbye, though, I want to ask what it was like for you to be on the show for today. So could you please say that as we say goodbye? 마지막으로 오늘 나오신 소감 듣고 저희 인사하도록 할게요.
네, 초대해 주셔서 너무너무 감사하고요. 많이 사랑해 주세요.
Oh, nice and sweet. She's like, yeah, it was great to be here for today. And don't forget to show love and support to 이주영 and also Irortang as well. 오늘 나와주셔서 진심 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you for joining us for today. Bye. All right, fam, taking me out of the studio for today is going to be B2B's track of 그리워하다 Missing You. Enjoy this track and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.